Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle and I'm here to do a love reading for Aquarius. Wherever you have Aquarius in your chart, we all have it somewhere. So this could be for you. That's my intention. But if it doesn't fit, if it doesn't resonate, then it's not for you, basically. But I have lots of other readings on my channel. Feel free to check those out. And most of them are timeless, except for the dailies. Um, and yeah, so I feel like using my Dreaming Way tarot for you. So I'm going to be doing the Celtic cross spread and we will see what's going on for Aquarius in love. My Aquarian friends, what's going on? Okay, so bottom of the deck, overall energy, we've got the Five of Swords. Okay, there's some tension and conflict. Um, Looking like somebody doesn't want to share. Could be you, I suppose. Somebody's keeping everything to themselves, for themselves. Oh, I just saw 111. Jojo, good morning. Yeah, something's going on for Aquarius. All right, let's see. um, what's the current situation? King of Swords. I think this is you. um, you're just, yeah, being very clear, speaking your truth, um, not letting anything get past you, being willing to cut away whatever whatever isn't kosher. To the point, I mean, you're just you've completely like pushed all feelings aside and you're just being very logical, very cutting in in your communication. I mean, the swords, it's all about communication and thoughts and actions and you're just like, you know, cut it out. Okay, so what's your challenge? What's your challenge right now? Okay. Someone's coming at you with a lot of energy. There's a lot of momentum here. This is swift communication. Maybe, someone left you feeling feeling like, not really cared about. And so you take this stance. You're like, all right, fine. I don't want you in my life. I don't want you and all your stupid swords anyway. And I feel like they're coming in and you're just like, oh God, having to deal with more. I don't know. There's a lot of passion. There's let me get a clarifier on this Eight of Wands. What is this? Eight of Swords. Yeah, your person is coming in and it's just like, no, 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 Aquarius, wait, what are you doing? Like they're really passionate and or could also be you feeling like you want to move forward, but you're feeling stuck and you don't know exactly how to do that. There's anxiety here. Um, lot of communication, building momentum, but like it's kind of this makes me think of like having one foot on the brake, one foot on the gas. Wanting to move swiftly and yet feeling stuck and kind of trying to slow down. So is that you or is that someone else? Your other person, your person. I don't know. I'm so sorry you had a flat on Thanksgiving. That's terrible. Good thing you had a spare. Okay, what's going on what happened in the recent past? What happened? Ace of Cups. There was a new beginning. This, okay. Yeah. This is This is all about like something new, lots of love, um, the cup's overflowing, lots of happiness and excitement for a new beginning. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So so it started off really good and then something happened. And then this happened. Someone was keeping stuff from you, not being on the up and up, that's for sure. And so you're like, fine. And yet you still, this beginning was so amazing. You still have a lot of feelings for them and they for you as well. Aw. Oh, you didn't even make it? Oh no. Oh God, Jojo. I'm so sorry. That sounds terrible. Mm. All right. Near future, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. What is this Knight of Wands? Let me clarify this. Page of Cups. Um, it feels like there's a willingness to work on this. Um, there's there's a lot of passion here between you and your person. Um, and there's a desire for a new beginning, for a fresh start. Maybe trying something new. You started out really good, something happened. There's been some kind of conflict here, but that the momentum is still going. You still really care about this person. They care about you. Um, this card with the teapot strapped to her head. It's like, all right, it didn't work. Somehow it didn't work the way we were doing it before. Let's try something new. Um, and you can't help yourself. They can't help themselves. You two are, I feel like you're kind of magnetizing each other. So what are you currently aware of? Consciously aware of? Death. Ooh. This is a decisive ending. Once something is dead, it is dead. It's done. um, so so it could be that you're deciding to just end this completely and try your hand with someone else, do something new, move towards something better. Or it could be this idea of trying things in a new way with the person. Let me clarify this death. Ace of Swords. This is about truth and clarity. Gaining truth and clarity for a new beginning. For a new beginning. So it could be with your person. Maybe having an epiphany and understanding of how to do this differently. Somehow, however it's been in the past, that's done and over. Yeah. So what's going on behind the scenes? What's hidden? What do you not see? God, my cat. um yeah, this is what you don't see. This is this is in your subconscious. Queen of Swords. Now we have the Queen of Swords. We start with the King of Swords. And this is what you're not aware of. It's like eh, you you're very, I don't know, you or your person are are very clear on what you will and won't put up with. And it's almost being taken to the extreme. But, when we've been hurt, that's very common. We get to a point where we're like, F this, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Um, this could be your person who, with you being so like, having kind of extracted your emotions from the situation and just being like, we just got to be logical here and, you know, make that pros and cons list. With the Queen of Swords, she's been hurt. There's a reason she's got her sword up. She's been through it. She's learned her lessons. She's learned how to have healthy boundaries. She's not completely closed off. I feel like the King of Swords is much more like, it's like the dungeon door just coming down and you're done. Where she's a little bit more pliable. She's a little bit more like, I'm going to be very clear with you about what I will and won't put up with, but I'm open to negotiation. So maybe this is your person who's kind of like mirroring you, but they're a little bit, they're like, well, you're going to put up boundaries. Well, so am I. But there's a willingness to work on this. Roles can be reversed too. Let me clarify this Queen of Swords. What is this? Three of Wands. Three of Wands. It's a card of waiting for your ships to come in. There's a rainbow there in the background, having made a choice, a decisive choice, and moving towards that, following your passion. And maybe that's what this card is about, is having made that choice. And you're not willing to compromise on your choice. Somebody either shows up correct or just don't bother, leave me alone, kind of thing. La, 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 la. What does your person think about you? What's their perspective of this? Judgment. This is a card of reckoning. This is this is like kind of reassessing, looking at things from kind of coming back around and being like, okay, we've been through all this stuff. Do we keep going or do we, cut it out? It's the call that the angels blowing their horns. It's like listening to your intuition, which I always say is like your direct connection to your higher power. And so it's kind of following those nudges in the direction that's right for you. Only you will know. It's it can be different for different people. So what am I asking? Um your hopes and fears. What are your hopes and fears? High Priestess. The High Priestess. Um hoping to gain understanding through tapping into your intuition, through having a very intimate connection with your higher power. But also, the High Priestess carries a lot of secrets, holds a lot of secrets. She's not forthcoming about anything. She's like, she's the oracle at Delphi. Like, I'll give you, a weird little sentence, about what you need to do, but it's a riddle and it doesn't make sense, and you have to like figure it out. And so it's like, I don't know, maybe there's a fear of not being able to get the information you need that's going to help you make the right decision. It's like trusting your intuition, it makes me think of that whole thing. I've experienced this a lot, but it's like you think you know what your intuition is telling you, but then you start to doubt that. And then you're like, well, but what do I do? I don't know. And then so it makes me think that's why you end up in this King of Swords energy, because you're just like, I don't know. So I'm just gonna, again, take the emotions out and write that list, that pros and cons list. And meanwhile, with following your intuition, there's something that's nudging you, but it's hard to tell sometimes what direction to go in when you're conflicted, when you have big feelings. And there are some big feelings here. Yeah. So, yeah, sometimes my brain. What's next? Oh, I want to get some advice for you. Advice. Ooh, we've got the Empress. The Empress is all about fertility and abundance, being very nurturing. She's the conglomeration of all the queens, and she's in a place where she's very settled, very happy. Um, Hi, Santini. Hi, Santini. So with this being your advice, it's like standing very um understanding that you have what it takes to get what you want. You have the ability to birth something new into the world. If something isn't working for you, like, you don't necessarily have to get in this place of, just being very cold and cutting and decisive and rah, with the Empress, um, there's a need to balance out this kind of sword energy, where you learn how to nurture yourself, and in doing that you're able to nurture others in your life. That if something isn't working out, to do what you can to balance things, whatever that means for you. You don't have to take your feelings out of the equation to do that. In fact, you want to get your feelings online with your mind. You want to, yeah, there's very much a need to balance. So what's the potential outcome here? Eight of Pentacles. As you come into balance, you, and maybe a part of coming into balance is learning how to, or better to say, diving into doing something that builds your mastery, your skills, focusing on work, on what fulfills you, in sort of a more physical way, your hobby, you know, your whatever you like to do in your spare time, or maybe, yeah, just literally diving into work and working on building your finances and whatever. So, um, let me get one more. I want to get a clarifier on the Eight of Pentacles here. The Sun, potential outcome from you focusing on yourself and doing what you love, following your passion. It's it leads you to this amazingly happy place in yourself, in your life. We got the baby there. It's all about like new beginning. Babies are just, these pure little beings, and it's just like moving you towards something, yeah, birthing something new into the world. Um, focus on yourself, your happiness, your abundance. Both of these cards speak of abundance. So you have this all within you to get you where you want to go. And Rohan, hello. Yay. I got a few friends here today. That's cool. Um, so I'm I want to finish off. I was just gifted these really cool chakra cards. So I'm going to pick I want to pick a card for you. Man. Maybe two. We will see how it goes. I'm not I These cards are your cards, Rohan, but no, I'm not doing personal readings. All right, so we have heart chakra, loving relationships. An open let's see. What? Oh, that's an I. Hmm. I open my heart to love and joy and move gracefully through my relationships. It is safe for me to feel love for myself, life, and others. I allow universal love to permeate every cell of my body. I am worthy of love. I am loved. I choose love. Yeah, this is this is exactly what your advice is. What you need to move into this energy of nurturing and loving yourself. And that's going to raise your energy, your vibration. And that's what calls in um, others who are able to reflect that back to you. Um, there's a time and a place for being very, very decisive, very logical, very strategic, but you have to keep it balanced or else you kind of lose the point. You gotta stay in the flow. At a certain point, if you do this too much, it takes you out of the flow. Um, yeah. All right. Have a good day, Jojo. Thanks for joining. um, I feel like I want to I'm not done here. Why what's missing? What's missing? I think I'm going to get a rune card. I usually do these for my non-love readings, but hey, I'm feeling like doing all sorts of crazy things today. Going outside the box. I know Aquarius especially appreciates that. So, what's your rune card? Hagalaz. Hagalaz. Hagalaz, I mean, this is like dealing with a lot of craziness in life. Um, having a lot coming at you that you don't have any control over. Doing your best to handle, to not get knocked over by whatever you're dealing with here. Let me find the page. Ooh, right here. Hagalaz. The meaning of this is hailstone and disruption. Hagalaz means hail or stone and is closely associated with the unpredictability of nature, which can cause widespread disruption. Nature is a force we cannot tame, despite our best efforts. This rune suggests that crisis is taking over in some area of your life, or at least threatening to take over. And there is little you can do about it but wait and see where the dust settles. Whatever disruption you are dealing with in your life is beyond your control. But what you can control is your reaction to it. If you can be patient, stay detached, and remain calm, you will weather the storm and may just find that the unwanted shakeup has given you an unexpected and liberating new perspective, insight, or direction. It may also remind you that sometimes things happen in our lives that we cannot explain, but these things are amazing opportunities for personal awakening and growth. Yeah, so whatever you're dealing with your person, to a certain extent, it's out of your control, except where you or better say, how you show up. Start to try and treat the situation from a place of love, starting with yourself, and understand that you have the ability to get through this without it overtaking you. So I think I'll leave it there. That's a good reading. Yay. Um, thank you so much for joining me. um, I wish you well in this situation, whatever ends up happening, whether you end up walking away or, you make it work in a new way. Either way, you're going to be better for it. There is happiness. Your outcome is happiness. So keep your eye on the prize. your sight set on the horizon. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing.